Did you know that Neil Abercrombie went to school with Barack Obama's parents at UH Manoa in 1959?
No.
Yes.
Wow.
And
That's
so when he found out that that their son Barack was running for president, he jumped right on the bandwagon and got involved with the Hawaii campaign for Barack Obama for president. And as he was involved with the campaign here in Hawaii, he became aware of things that were going on in Hawaii, that people were becoming unsure of what was going on in our government, the furlough Fridays and our health care cuts and our economy going down the tubes and all that. And so he really wanted to make sure that he could do something to help Hawaii. And so he decided that he was going to run for governor. In an email sent to Hawaii voters by Neil announcing his candidacy for governor, he says, "The single biggest issue of our campaign is restoring people's trust in government. In my conversations with people across the state, it is clear that we are losing confidence in our ability to tackle the long-term economic, social, and environmental challenges that face our islands. We're going to turn this around. Thank you for your time tonight. I would like to share with you some important information about one of the candidates running for governor in the 2010 campaign for Hawaii governor. We will cover Neil's views on education, our environment, and healthcare. When it comes to education, one of the biggest issues in Hawaii right now are the lack of instructional days. Furlough Fridays started out in our schools, but have spread into other sectors of the government as well. If anybody has tried to run an errand lately on a Friday afternoon, it's kind of hard because a lot of the county and state buildings are closed as well. This is having a negative effect on our economy as well as the lack of instructional days in the schools. Any candidate we vote in has to be actively working to protect our environment. Neil is an advocate for energy efficient buildings as well as development of wind, solar, and ocean technology. One of Abercrombie's campaign promises is to restore and steward our environment. It is important to instill a sense of cultural value and responsibility for the land back to the people. This in turn creates an opportunity for visitors to our islands to experience land and water activities in a positive and clean environment. When it comes to the health needs of the people of Hawaii, Neil believes in preventative medicine and healthcare access to everyone. Neil also takes seriously the importance of honoring and meeting the needs of our aging population. Recent cuts in our mental health services will be addressed with Neil's commitment to improve our public health infrastructure. With all the concerns about education, Neil's track record speaks for itself. He has backed emergency legislation to stabilize and stimulate the economy during the recession to help schools across the country avoid teacher and school employee layoffs and budget cuts to programs. Through the annual educational appropriation bills, Abercrombie worked hard every year to increase funding for the education of disadvantaged students, low-income families, and children. Abercrombie co-sponsored legislation to address problems with the No Child Left Behind Act, which is a whole other can of worms that we're not going to go into, but that also ties into the furloughs and how we're not meeting our needs there and all that. He has worked toward making a college education more affordable by expanding Pell Grants. Now, I'm a college student. My kids one of them is a college student and one is going into college. I have a niece and nephew in college, and so this hits really close to home for me. He's going to lower the administrative costs associated with student loans. The interests of children will always take precedence over the interests of adults. If they exist, when Neil becomes governor, Furlough Fridays will end. We will have world-class college track and technical track schools to prepare our students to be great employees, entrepreneurs, thinkers, and citizens. So he's not only concerned with K-12 education, but college level as well. Neil encourages a more robust career path, so opportunities and rewards will be designed so that the best teachers can advance in their careers without having to enter administration or leave the classroom. This will include more incentives for teachers to stay in schools, meaningful performance measures, and new roles and rewards for master teachers. This hits home for me because working in the school system, I see talented, gifted teachers that should be in the classroom but have no way to advance in their career and their pay. So they have to go into administrative positions, principal, counselor, that kind of thing. And you lose them in the classroom where they really want to be and where they belong. So Neil is trying to do something about that. Neil takes concerns about the environment seriously. He voted against drilling in the Arctic National Wildlife Refuge. In January of 2008, he sponsored a bill to establish a national marine mammal research program for researching marine mammals and the factors that affect their populations and habitats. In 2009, he was involved with the voting against the experiments on using sonar and what their effects are on whales and that kind of thing. As my parents get older and my children now struggle with getting their own health insurance, I have started to pay a little closer attention to healthcare issues. Abercrombie signed on as a co-sponsor of establishing a national health insurance program. Neil voted yes on giving mental health full equity with physical health, and Neil believes that healthcare is a right, not a privilege. I would like to share with you a bit about Neil now.
You know, everybody's about educational excellence, energy independence, and environmental sustainability. The difference is we're going to do it. And something more, a spirit of Laulima, a spirit of one community, one Hawaii. I ask for your consideration and your vote. Imua Hawaii.
You went to zoom and you stopped. That's okay.
I think Neil Abercrombie offers Hawaii a refreshing candidate who can clean up the mess left by our current governor, Linda Lingle. You may be wondering what the next step is. Like the DV mentions, it is important to get involved with the campaign to make an informed decision. Stay informed, read the newspaper, and vote. Tonight I shared with you Neil Abercrombie's views on education, the future of our environment, and healthcare. I hope this information will help you make an informed decision on Election Day. What I would like you to take from my speech is a better understanding of who the man Abercrombie is. I have the supporter cards for you to fill out, bumper stickers, and voter registration, because we do have one person in the audience that needs to register to vote. And that's all I have for you tonight. Thank you very much.